Let me share a story with you. A story of a black child. And you know how black kids are. Since the birth, they're told they're black and they can't do this. They're black and they cannot go to schools. They're black and so they cannot do things. And what they cannot achieve because they're black. So much so that this small black child was infested with this thought that because I'm a black, there are things which are negative for me. That when he saw a person selling hydrogen balloons filled with hydrogen inside, when he saw that person and he saw him blowing a black balloon, he went and asked him, why are you wasting a time over blowing a black balloon? It won't fly. And that's when the person who was selling the balloons, all he did was he filled the black balloon with the same content that was there in all of the balloons, and he just left it. And what happened? It flew. But it was black. But it still flew. The point that we're talking of here is, it's not the color, it's not what is visible on the outside, on the peripheral, the things that you're looking at, that's it, or that click, or that makes someone successful. It's what's within. That's what is critical to succeeding in anything that you're doing. Talking of the careers that you're planning to do, the reason you're doing an MBA, the things that you intend to work, the things that you intend to do, the plans that you have, the ambitions there, things that you intend to do. For them, what is required is more than what people can see on the outside, what people can see when they're looking at you, or when they're looking at you speak only. What these things are all peripheral. What is needed to succeed is what is within. And when I'm talking of within, I'm not talking of hydrogen. For balloons, it's hydrogen. When it comes to careers, when it comes to success in life, all that we need is the 3 E's. And that is what you can see there. First thing, aptitude. Second, application. And the third one is attitude. Let me explain this to you. The problem the market is facing today, the corporate world, when you're talking of all these problems of unemployability, no jobs, employment problems, the questions being raised whether it's the employment which is the problem, or is it whether the students who are coming out of institutions, are they the problem? Do they have the quality or not? I'll tell you a simple example. If you want to learn swimming or you want to do swimming, what do?
Go in the water.
Go in the water. Somewhere the trainer will tell you do this and then you do it. Yes? No? Yes. But if I tell you, if you read a book on swimming, will you be able to jump into the water?
No.
Will you be able to succeed in swimming? And that is where the core problem which each one of us, coming out of the institutions, coming out of MBA colleges, coming out of whatever institutions, I'm not just talking about MBA colleges, I'm talking of all the places, engineering colleges, the places that people, the students are coming out from, the problem is not that they don't have knowledge. The problem is they have too much of it. When you compare a 10th class student in India to a student who's there in 10th class somewhere, any country outside India, you'll find the knowledge. If you give a test to them, I'll tell you, Indians will be way ahead. But when it comes to succeeding in doing things, why is it that they are far ahead of us? The reason is because we are doing things with the knowledge perspective. We are learning things with the intent to write exams, not the intent to do things. With whatever things, HR, marketing, whatever theories that you have learned in the classrooms. You are in the second semester. First semester, you might have already written exams. The things that you have learned in the first semester, the things that you have written as answers in the exams, look at how much you can apply them. Look at where you are utilizing them in the things that you're doing. Talking of marketing, look at the clubs that your activities that you're doing. Talking of HR, look at the way you're managing people in different clubs. Look at your own club. If you are from specializing in HR, look at the club, the way you are dealing with people, the way you are interacting with them, the way you are selling them, or the way you are managing them. Are you applying the things that you're learning in the first semester or what you're learning now? The importance is that where are you applying those things? Because just like swimming, what happens is that unless you get into the water, unless you tap your hands, you won't learn it. People think to succeed, they need to have a lot of knowledge. But let me tell you all, rather the ones who are in utter problem today are the ones with too much of knowledge. Have little. I'm telling you, have little knowledge. That should do, if you're able to apply what you have learned. All the things that you're learning here are good. I'm not doubting them. And the funny part of it is that we learn a lot of these things through case study models. I don't deny that they are helpful in the practical usage, but what happens is that at the end of every case study, what will you find? If you are the CEO, how will you decide? If you are the marketing manager, how will you do things? But the problem is, no person coming out of a place where we are currently directly goes to the position of a CEO. They go through by doing things. They go through by experiencing things, delivering things. Once you have delivered, then you get recognized. Then you go into the position where you can be a CEO, you can decide strategies, you can do a lot of things. But for that, you need to pass through this entire journey. We are being trained. I'm not saying it's not important, it's not relevant. All I'm saying is that we are being trained for things which are maybe 10 years down the lane helpful. But given the market situation, the way market dynamics are there, what the things that you have learned as a case study today, I'm not sure how relevant will that be 10 years down the lane.